Hey everybody, welcome back. Northernlion Community Remix. I was gonna say posthumously, it kind of makes sense. Posthumously apologetic for the way that the last run went down. I wish that, I can't not take a lard on the first floor. It's just too valuable for survival, I think. I wish that that run had gone on a little bit longer, because we had some interesting items. In fact, Bowl of Tears was in particular the one that seemed most interesting to me, as like a weird kind of like infestation style thing, where the more you got hit, the more beams of light you summoned from heaven. It was weird. I wish we'd saved our bomb for that. We're not going to pick up these yet. In fact, our floor is pretty much over, if I had to guess, so we'll just fight famine, take our spirit hearts, and then get the heck out of here. But we'll obviously like see what's on the rest of the floor, but there's probably only like 2 rooms. Either way, I'm excited. I didn't look up what Book of Virtues does. That is my mistake. I can actually take a second and Alt-Tab and do that after we fight famine. But maybe I'll just save that for the next episode. It's my mistake. I got a little too wrapped up in the momentum of starting a new video because I felt like my dodging skills were actually like okay in the last episode. But you may disagree. We did end up dying, but I didn't think that was more due to intellectual failings as opposed to, you know, actual like hand-eye coordination failings. Although, you know, you have to get hit in order to die. We did die on some of the, one of the hardest floors that we could come across. So, if you could just let me get 1 bomb, that would be beautiful. I will sacrifice 1 spirit heart to come in here, and maybe it's not worth it, or maybe it's super worth it. I don't want to take these yet, just in case they're telepills. I think I'm going to re-roll 9 lives, just because we already have so much HP. Well, at least we got to come in here for free, and we won't see the nail again. One of them is shot speed down, the other one, range down. Interesting. Could have gone better, of course, but also could have gone drastically worse. So I don't know if shot speed downgrade really compensates for the fact that we got a range downgrade, but I don't know if they really need to compensate for that, because I'd say that first floor went relatively well regardless. So the most important thing for us on this floor, beyond getting keys, is of course just going to be getting that deal with the devil, which seems super freaking likely. Bombs and keys would be beautiful here because we have a tinted rock, then like 2 fires and a golden chest, and of course we're gonna have, you know, item room and shop and stuff like that. This is actually amazing. If we get 1 key, we could probably make our shop worthwhile just by playing this blood bank. Now this is a little risky, but we have so much HP, it seems like a shame not to use it. Aw, really? Well, we can still sort out our money situation pretty easily here. Alright, does that give us enough to make the shop worthwhile? It totally does. And we can re-roll IV bag if we have time. I doubt we'll have time, but, or rooms I should say. We'll have plenty of time, but our rooms might be in trouble. You know what? I might be a big idiot. IV bag might not count the same as blood bank when it comes to red heart damage for deals with the devil. I know blood banks don't count. I have no real reason to believe that IV bags don't count, except for the fact that they have like the same mechanic as blood banks, in that you trade HP for money. So I don't know, I might have made a terrible mistake there. But I'm imagining that they probably work on the same mechanics, but you never know with Isaac, you know, it's best not to assume you can make an ass out of yourself. You don't really make an ass out of anybody else, just yourself. In contrast to the, you know, classic catchphrase. We're fighting Gemini, Gemini's easy. Hoping to get this little doggy here trapped up against the wall, and then once we get this done, I'm hoping to snag some tears. Normally I'd say HP, but we're already doing fine for that, at least temporarily. It would be nice to get some extra damage, and the most common damage upgrade from a boss fight is actually a tears upgrade. But we got HP, which is fine. We'll probably trade it away on this deal with the devil here anyway, for 9 lives again. I'm not going to pick it up. I'm going to say no, even though we could become Tammy. We'll reroll instead, and there you go. We'll take the Pact instead. Should have shot the fires, but whatever. And we'll see what else we can get going on here. You know, I'm still gonna play the IV bag. With all of our newfound HP, we can get more money and maybe buy like a key from the shop or something like that. We're up to 26 cents already, which is awesome. Or buying a bomb would be great as well. It looks like if we get super lucky, we may get 1 more reroll, but I have to think that the room that's directly to the right of me is probably a self-sacrifice room. Yeah. That's just how that goes. We could get lucky and get a 9-volt or a Nun's Habit or something like that, but apart from that, that is gonna be it for this floor. We're not going to get another reroll, so hopefully... Well, I mean, again, barring shop items, we're not going to get another reroll. So hopefully we like what's in our shop, and if we get lucky, maybe we can buy a key, and hopefully we like what's in our item room. Because that's going to be pretty much what we're stuck with, barring some kind of amazing turn of events here. Remember, you can't really use Nun's Habit in addition to IV bag, so we might as well just use it here. Could have gotten 2 cents out of it. That was my poor play. And we'll totally buy a bomb as well, if there is one available in the shop. But let's just start out small. No keys is frustrating. We got 2 range downgrades, a bad gas pill, and health up and speed down. Okay. Well, it's certainly interesting at the very least. I'm going to buy the tarot card as well. Poor turn of events here, I would say. We have a bit of an issue with our HP. I mean, that should be pretty obvious. Or not HP, sorry, with our speed. That should be pretty obvious based on the incredibly slow speed with which we're walking right now, but I would still say this floor turned out really well for a basement part 2, even if there were a couple of seams that we were unable to really exploit, based on the fact that we didn't really have that many consumables. I'm okay with it. That is a room that looked quite risky to me, so I just took the opportunity to blow it up. Not really a big fan of that curse room there. And with 0 keys, this is going to be a floor that is really definitive for how this run is going to go. We're fine, but it would certainly be nice to pick up some things that would make us even finer. Like, for example, a blood bag would be super cool right now. I desperately need the speed, and it'd be nice to be back at full health. There are other ways that we can make that happen, but... And I mean, it's not really likely that we're going to get that on this floor, but this is okay. More money. If we can make the shop worthwhile on this floor, that would be great too. Coin purse is going to show up again. Okay, that's good. I say we go to our shop right off the bat. Just in case it warrants a reroll. We're going to get 2 more cents, somehow. The fact that we would not get 2 more cents over the course of what is a pretty large floor is a little bit unfathomable. So I say we take this opportunity to jump into the shop. We get the compass at half price, which is pretty much exactly what we want. When I asked for the blood bank, what I really meant was the compass, of course. And then we get spider butt. So we have a reroll that we can use in an appropriate and timely fashion here. Good. Brother Bobby. If I had to guess, I'd say we're probably going to end up taking Brother Bobby, because we're going to save rerolls for our boss room. And really, if we get a deal with the devil on this floor, I would be looking for the mark, damage plus speed, or a flying item, and the best flying item would be Lord of the Pit, so we could get a little bit of a speed upgrade, but any flying item would help out an awful lot with respect to, you know, being able to defend ourselves, because we can't really run away, we have to hide instead. I realize, by the way, that we could have waited for that green nub to blow up that chest area there, but I'm not as concerned about that as I am with maintaining our spirit hearts here, because I don't have the greatest ability to survive, necessarily. 1 bomb for a key. It's a trade we may take in the future, as for right now is not necessarily 100% what we're looking for. Please blow up this chest. This one I actually will kind of kite them around. Yep, and we took damage in the process there, which is not totally unexpected. We got a spirit heart back, and we got a second bomb, and in here, a golden chest we're probably not going to be interested in. We'll see if we take Brother Bobby, anyway. Alright, easy bosses. This is one of those situations where a speed downgrade is not necessarily that bad. We probably don't really need twitch dodging to get out of this one. We just need to plan appropriately. The fact that there's no rocks makes our dodging life substantially easier. We can just kind of hover in the bottom of the map and hope that they don't make any, or, well, hope that they don't make too many unexpected bounces. I got a little freaked out there. 1 left. Pretty easy. And we got to deal with the devil. So it looks like we're taking Brother Bobby for sure, because we'll be re-rolling a shot speed upgrade. There's the ability to fly. You know what? We re-roll this. Oh, yes. Yes, I feel totally okay about this. That slow us down even further. Why do this and take the magic 8-ball? Because then the shot speed upgrade is meaningless, and the tarot card could have been really nice. So this brimstone run is going to annoy some people, but it's also one of the best ways to keep ourselves alive, if I had to say so myself. Now that we have a golden key, I will absolutely open that golden chest on the mob trap room. And our damage is acceptable, and the fact that we can do so much killing now probably augments, or at least no secret room, really? Compensates for the fact that I have truly god-awful speed right now, which is something I am going to want to work on when we get the opportunity to do so. I can't believe I'm backtracking for 100 years to pick up Brother Bobby, but here we are. So this run's not too community remixy yet, but that's okay. That lard pickup, I never thought it would be as, you know, impactful as it ended up being. Fortunately or unfortunately, we've taken a lot of deals with the devil, but we still have HP. But good God, we're slow relative to where I would like to be. Let's open this up because we have a golden key, and we'll finally see how good our power is after a long wait. Missing page, I don't pick it up, it's out of habit. I should pick it up because there's really no negative to it except for the fact that it's just not the best trinket. So what, there's lots of trinkets that aren't the best. That doesn't mean you just leave them on the ground. It's worth picking up because really the only investment you have in picking it up is, you know, the 2 seconds it takes to walk over to it. Okay, Brother Bobby, cool your jets for a minute here, buddy. There we go. Yeah, so our damage, I'd say, is fine. We're going to have enough money to go to the shop on the next floor, and enough money to spawn an arcade on the next floor, which would be very, very nice. We got Compass, Brimstone, and the ability to fly on this level. I'd say that's pretty solid. There is an arcade. Okay. But we're on Catacombs, so we got to be cool here. Our item room contains Infestation, which is bad. I'm not going to go to our arcade just yet because, well, let's be honest, we don't really have that much HP to spend on our arcade just yet, so I don't think it's that warranted. Plus, maybe we get a Nun's Habit or something on the shop, and that allows me to get more rerolls that I can use eventually later. You never know. Anyway, D12. Sorry, that is not D12, that is D20. D12 did that song. These girls don't even know the name of my band. You know the one. Well, maybe you don't, because I don't think it was that popular. It was just when my, you know, grandparents had gray market satellite and I could watch MTV2 back in 2004. That's how I know it. Sure, we'll take you out here. We'll keep moving our way over to the right, because the shop is probably the most important thing for us at the moment. More than enough money to do whatever we would want to do there. I have a feeling we're probably going to fight greed at this point. But it's not really going to be a pressing concern. Even the enemies that greed spawns are going to be very easy for us to take out. Now, if we can kill these guys before they even shoot a bullet, that would be great. We get super greed, which is fine. I hope that we get the quarter here. That would be a worthwhile reroll. Even though we have the D20 and the quarter's passive, we'd probably reroll this just because the shop item pool is more valuable than the item room item pool, for the most part. Did he spawn keepers on death? That is super weird. He might have spawned them like right at the exact same time. Oh man, I desperately want some HP, or not some HP. I think it would be nice, but I desperately want some speed upgrades. This one is getting a little bit tiresome. Just constantly walking incredibly slowly. The spider webs are just a joke at this point. This is like when I try to make a game in Game Maker. We're gonna end up re-rolling D20 here. Becomes the money bag, sack of pennies, whatever you want to call it. I'd say that's a pretty bad item for us. Let's give ourselves a familiar, I guess, by getting down to half a heart. Isn't that how missing page works? I thought it was. And we didn't get the payout. We could gamble more, but let's be honest, we'll probably just get more HP on our way here. We wouldn't expect to find a deal with the devil here. That's okay. Don't need to get a deal with the devil to have a successful floor. It does help. But we kind of, you know, had our fill on the last floor. Don't be too greedy. Alright, that's very, very useful. And yeah, we're gonna have a reroll ready, but we're not gonna be able to get one more reroll generated on this level anyway, so we might as well just fight the boss right away in case we would get a deal with the devil and prefer to use our reroll there. First things first, we're gonna fight Pestilence. I think Pestilence is actually a really good fit for us, even though I desperately want HP or speed. The Cube of Meat is going to give us a second orbital slash familiar, you know, a hybrid, if you will. And that's going to be nice for enemies that get too close, because Brother Bobby's not really doing a bang-up job of killing the flies and spiders that approach me. And with low speed, that's going to help us out. So, how do I feel about this? Well, I feel like I want to go to the curse room, but I'm a little bit... I will only lose half a heart to do it. Let's do it right now while we have a reroll stored up. And we'll finish up that last room over there, and then we'll go to the arcade and see if there's anything that we can do to increase our chances of getting that that final payout that we're also interested in, the blood bag. In the meantime, though, this room again, the slowest room of all time. This is shaping up to be a longish run, which is not the end of the world. It's all good. That was really, really bad. It's amazing how quickly that can change. Come on, everybody get in line with one another. You're not dead yet? That's a surprise to me. Pill is a range downgrade, which I guess is effectively meaningless here. Alright, well, with 4 bombs, we'll probably look for our secret room. Do I really want to go down to half a spirit heart and half a red heart of health? That's the question. If I end up on Necropolis, that could be, like, really, really problematic. Well, we don't have to make the decision so, like, binary. There's a bit of fluidity, because we could go to our arcade and gamble like hell on the slot machine and blood... Well, not blood bank, but yes, blood bank. But slot machine and 3 Skull Monty. And make that work for us. But first things first, good reroll, please. Sure. I don't think it lowers our damage, and it should increase our rate of fire with Brimstone, so... Seems like an okay pickup for me. Let's gamble a little bit to see if we can just win red hearts right off the bat. Because I don't necessarily want to put myself too much in harm's way here, but I guess this gives us 2 hits, so we're slightly insulated. Alright, there's money. Money is not something I really need. I don't know what just happened outside. There's a bunch of precariously stacked boxes that I believe our cat just knocked over. Who could have seen that coming? We're gonna play this one more time. We're really, really banking on some big payouts here. If we don't get the blood bag, it's going to put us in a bit of a problematic situation, but we should be able to survive, especially if we end up on the depths. I would be really disappointed, you probably don't need me to tell you this, but I'd be really disappointed to fail before Mom 2 times in a row. Even though it is community remix, and that's, you know, a little bit different, I'm not really having that community remixy of a run right now, so it would be disappointing. Come on, just let me run, like, a computer simulation on this. We already know what the payout's gonna be. It's just really a matter of whether or not, you know, the game breaks and gives me a good item before my will breaks. Come on. What do you got? It's a full heart, I think. It might have been a heart and a half, actually. There we go. That's fine. I'm not gonna gamble anymore. Thank God we got the speed payout. The HP is nice, too. We are getting a little, you know, scared about that, but, it's mostly just that speed upgrade that is really going to make things better. You know, it's like Kanye West said in his landmark song with T-Pain, Good Life, from the album Graduation. Having speed ain't everything, not having it is. A lot of, you know, words to live by on that song. Lots of mantras that I repeat to myself in the morning. Have you ever had champagne on a plane? Well, getting some brain, and with that ass, she said I never seen snakes on a plane? Whether you're broke or rich, you gotta hit this. Having speed ain't everything, not having it is. Map plus compass is big for us here. That is gonna, well, it's gonna map everything out for us, which is gonna make it very easy for us, or a lot easier for us to plan our rerolls. What's better, missing page or the syringe? Maybe the syringe, because on some rooms it'll give us a random speed upgrade. We should probably go pick that up. Broken syringe. By the way, I was totally stupid. Missing page is the one that gives you a book effect sometimes when you get hit, or Necronomicon sometimes when you get hit. Not the one that gives you a familiar when you get down to half a heart. That one is so bad that I've actually forgotten what it's called. But I'm sure if I gave it enough thought or I saw it, I would know it. Maybe. Maybe sure is not the right word there based on the fact that I already got the effect wrong. Our item room contains Whore of Babylon. It's always an interesting choice, because you wanna... Oh, I'll take Box of Wires with Brimstone. I don't know if it actually works, but if it does, that would give me more D6 charges, so I think it's worth taking the risk. Yeah, basically, Whore of Babylon's always like a calculated risk. You never know, you could get Guppy's Paw and want Whore of Babylon, but maybe you don't. Super psyched to have that Eternal Heart. Could use 2 bombs to get our way to the boss faster, but I think it's not necessarily the most prudent use of our company resources right now. We'll check out our room when we get a little further. 3 live bombs on this room is just kind of nonsensical, if you ask me. Box of Wires does work with Brimstone. It at least has the effect of turning enemies yellow. I'm not sure if we got any extra charges for it, though. And another half Spirit Heart. We'll check out our secret room quickly just in case it warrants a reroll as well. It does not. Yeah, baby. Who do we have? The Fallen. Oh, this is beautiful. So I'm going to stomp him. I know we could have saved that for later. And we get Blood Oath, my favorite. Long time no see, buddy. I appreciate Blood Oath a lot. And now if Guppy's Paw shows up, Whore of Babylon be damned. We got the best item that works with low HP. So I would be super stoked to trade all our HP away for Spirit Hearts. I think we've put together a potentially winning run here as a result of this. I know we could have picked that up, by the way, and then we wouldn't have seen Teleport again, but I'd rather just get the reroll potential from Box of Wires, as well as, if Box of Wires even works, as well as just, you know, for finishing the room. And it's a speed upgrade, which for once I'm actually going to take because I'm super happy to have it. Alright. Starting to feel like we're a little bit quicker now, like probably a little bit faster than even our base speed when we started the game, which is a huge get for us. So we're just going to finish off the rest of these rooms. We don't have a reroll pedestal. We might get one. I'm hoping that we don't get like a just a random blood bank. Because, oh, well, we might as well. Now I don't care if we get a random blood bank. It wasn't really worth the bomb and the key, but so be it. It wasn't really worth the ball with the bot or bang the mang dicky. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics. You up jump the boogie at some point. It's got a little bit of like a Rapper's Paradise, or sorry, Rapper's Delight thing going on. Alright. Nothing here. Well, champion here. I was thinking like maybe he pays out with a golden chest that gives us a great item. Let's be honest, that's like a 1 in 100 situation, so wasn't thinking that it was going to be too likely. Still got Spirit Hearts, so I would, you know, in spite of the fact that we had to deal with the devil on this floor, I would give ourselves a better than average chance of getting a deal with the devil on the next floor if we can buy one of those special cards. Or find one of those special cards that allows us to teleport out of the boss fights. If we don't, then I'd say we're pretty much guaranteed one on the Womb Part 1, provided A, it's not an XL floor, and B, we find a way to keep our Spirit Hearts alive, which shouldn't be too bad as long as we're on the depths instead of Necropolis. But that remains to be seen. It's the depths. Oh, this floor is see me. That arcade could be amazing. I mean, Poison Touch is fine, but considering how early we are on the floor, there might be something better that we can get as a reroll from it. Just a little bit too little like pomp and circumstance, I think, for this not to be greed. Yeah. Just felt a little greedy to me. We found the shop too easily. We had keys. We didn't have to fight for it. Not that any of that actually factors into whether or not it's going to be greed, but hopefully you get what I mean there. Just, it seemed like they were trying to catch us by surprise, and I refused to be caught by surprise in that situation. Ooh, you jumped before you died. See? Never caught by surprise. We will reroll Poison Touch, because we got plenty of time. Razor Blade. Don't even mind. Next thing we will do is work our way over towards the arcade, and we'll open up a path between the arcade and the boss trap room, because we're going to need that for when we go there, and the odds are it's probably going to be HP, but even if it's rerollable, that's something we'll take them up on. Alright, speed is feeling a lot better, which is good because this floor might have a little bit of backtracking. Thank you. It's really nice to have Brother Bobby and Cube of Meat taking care of those flies so I don't have to. It would be nicer to just have more damage so I didn't need them to take care of it either, but can't really have control over that all the time. Razor Blade gets rerolled into the other Razor Blade. Now I think we'll, I mean, it's gonna have to be a little aggressive here, but we'll play this blood bank like crazy. And we're gonna need it to pay out, like, later. If it pays out too early, it's going to ruin our whole game here. We've already had the IV bag payout. So just like 3 more. Good, we are going to get there. The worst case scenario here, the worst case Ontario, if you want a bit of a Rickyism, of course, would have been getting HP plus speed. So that would have been fine, but we want to get the HP plus speed and get whatever's in the boss trap room. And, you know, we basically had to make a choice on this. Well, not make a choice, but we had a choice inadvertently presented to us. Wheel of Fortune card, not very good. Would you rather, on the shop, get all the mapping items or get all of the augmentation items for your D6? None Sabbath, 9 volt, etc., etc. I'll take it. It's Soap, man. Soap is like, it's a meme in the community remix videos. When Soap shows up, you pick it up. Why? Well, because when you end the run, even if it's very not community remixy, you can say, well, at least I picked up Soap, so I got a community remix item. Soap and Blood Oath, man. They're having a competition to see which one can show up more often. But yes, would you rather have all the mapping items, map plus compass, or all the D6 augmentation items? Good question. It does depend on your spacebar item. I'm using specifically the D6 as an example. I think usually I'd rather have all the augmentation items, probably. Just gives you... Tomo, what are you doing down there? Gives you so much more potential for new items, basically. But having all the mapping items isn't so bad either. It's just shitty that they can be permanently nullified by Curse of Darkness, or temporarily nullified by Curse of Darkness, I guess. Alright, Razor Blade number 2 gets rerolled into Demon Baby. Demon Baby is an acceptable item, but given that we'll have, well, maybe only one more reroll on this floor, we may end up taking it and then taking a reroll charge into our boss room. In fact, I think that is how it's going to go. Actually, the stars gives us a deal with the devil chance here. I'm going to use this. Yeah, okay. Better than Broken Syringe, I guess. So I would love to reroll this, but I'm just going to take it instead. We've got rerolls to use elsewhere, fortunately / unfortunately. So yeah, we're going to end up taking Demon Baby. Could have done some fancier stuff with that Guppy item. Now I really wish I had the augmentation items instead of the, well, the non-augmentation items, the mapping items. You know what? Let's go to our arcade quickly. If we can get this to pay out, I would be forever thankful. We've already played it like 15 times. Okay, well, we'll get some more HP and we'll come back. A little salty that it hasn't paid out yet, though. But it will eventually. We've already had IV bag. Very, very early in the run. Okay, 2 more rooms than the boss. And we don't have to worry too much about, you know, not killing the boss right away. We can just go straight for it. Forgot we could fly here for a second. It's like, this is a little bit of a tricky room, isn't it? We gotta worry about the... Oh, never mind. I can just fly over top and shoot over top. No big deal. Okay. It is thankfully not Blue Mom. That is one of the things I was... One of the few things, I guess I should say, I was a little concerned about there. And, you know, our damage is not absurdly good, but it's decent. I'm not going to forget about Demon Judgment. I have the Stars card. I'm going to pick it up after... Oh, I got hit. Oh, this is scary. I'm going to pick it up after the fight. This would be a terrible loss. And again, what did I say on the last floor? I think on this floor we have a pretty good chance of getting a deal with the devil if... Oh, God. Thank you. If we can just not take red heart damage, which we managed to accomplish, but it was a little risky, as maybe you may have noticed. So I'm going to pick up the red hearts, but I think at this point I actually am going to say, like, fuck the blood bank, and I'm just going to try to get to the end. Meat is a good upgrade, but as much as I would have loved that blood bag, we don't have the spirit arts necessary, and I know we could gamble there, but come on, man, I'm not made of time. We're just going to rely on what we've already got. Come on, Guppy's Paw on a deal with the devil here. Okay. Krampus. Well... I can't be too sad about it because, as many people have pointed out, Brimstone plus Lump of Coal, or I should say Lump of Coal with Brimstone gives you a +2 damage bonus. But it isn't the item I was looking for, but we can still get Guppy's Paw, or even become Guppy maybe, via a Curse Room. It's happened many times before in the past. So that's, isn't that random tier effect? Counterfeit dollar? I really wish that I rerolled that one. Hello? I thought that was like... So I didn't think necessarily that it was a $3 bill. But I thought it was like a random tier effect, because there is one like that in this. Not, and it's not Enigma bombs either. I thought. Oh well. What's done is done. We took counterfeit dollar. Really would have preferred lump of coal there, as you could probably guess. I do want to go to our curse room, but at the same time, I don't want to lose my spirit hearts, because our deal with the devil is actually of critical importance on this floor, potentially. Should have rerolled that, because counterfeit dollar, okay, we got that, I think, on our first community remix run, and I was like, what does this do? It's, it gives you $1, which we already had, basically, but it's... gives you like a random, or a percentage chance to lose 5 cents on any given room. Which I think is a kind of a cool item. One that is, you know, it's probably not equivalent to the $1, but if it shows up more frequently, sure. Or even if it doesn't, it's kind of neat at least. I'm gonna try it. That's fine. Luck down, doesn't really bother me. And I think, you know, depending on the amount of times you lose 5 cents, it's probably equivalent to like, you know, at least 50 cents. Depending on how early or late you get it on a run. We'll pick up that red heart, never you fear. We'll pick up that red heart, yes, my dear. We'll pick up that red heart. I assure you, post-haste, we'll pick up that red heart and try not to waste. Alright. This is an important moment. Triachnid is, easy-ish. Low-ish HP. This is the annoying phase of the fight. And the enemies it spawns are kind of annoying as well, but if we can just get out of this without getting hit, you know, we have a somewhat reasonable deal with the devil chance. If counterfeit dollar fucked up my chances, well, them's the breaks, kids. Community remix, harsh mistress sometimes. Oh, jeez. Okay, we gotta deal with the devil. Our items are the mark, which I think I pretty much have to pick up, and then we'll reroll Sister Maggie. Forget Me Now is not very good. I think we're gonna actually explore this floor. The mark gives us a huge bonus in terms of our damage and our speed. Our speed is actually a little too high right now, which is a great thing to be saying. By too high, I mean, you know, I enjoy it. It's like saying, this beer is too strong, or this beach is too nice, or something like that. I'm not really a beach person, but if you are, imagine that. Yeah, I'm gonna explore because I want to reroll Pageant Boy, and the fast speed is, it's a nice change of pace after what we've been into. It's like if you were destitute your whole life and then you formed a startup that sold for like, you know, $10 billion, you'd be like, oh, am I too rich? Maybe that's something that's prudent to think about. I figured we'd open one of these, and I am very happy about the one that I chose to open. Let's go right and down, reroll Pageant Boy into something better. It's good enough. Ah, yeah, it's really good, actually. So we're not going to get any more deals with the devil, so we're probably better off with the Ace of Spades. And the Emperor card is great for us. Especially if we encounter a floor that's Curse of Darkness, which we haven't yet. Fuck that arcade forever. I'm just bum rushing the boss. There is no way you can convince me to kill myself on that blood bank for very, very limited benefit. The only thing I might do is get myself to a half-heart interval, but actually, now that I think about it, that's incredibly stupid because we don't have the Polaroid item. And it is an item now, not a trinket. It's all good. I'm super happy to be playing Judgment here. Just wish you'd speed it up a little bit. Extra bombs will be helpful considering the boss we're about to fight. My favorite room. Next golden chest is getting opened. On the house. Careful. Oh. Careful. No ooh that time. The moon. Well, there's an ooh there, I guess. Contained within the word. I am not really going to use the moon card. Don't really need that money either. Starting to get a little bit of hubris going here, but considering how close to death we were on the mom fight very recently, I feel kind of okay about that. Alright. Let's head down into the mom fight. This was an easy one. Very, very easy one indeed. I'm starting to think Box of Wires just doesn't work. It either doesn't work the way I think it works, or it doesn't work well with Brimstone. Either of which is fine. Homing bombs, you know, I talk shit about them as probably like the worst of all the bomb synergies, but they're actually probably the most useful bomb synergy. Maybe Mr. Mega's still a little bit better, but the most useful bomb synergy for Mom's Heart. Especially when it starts spawning enemies. The crowd control is just perfect. Very hard to knock those bombs away once they're entrenched in the middle. So you know the deal now. We go up to the cathedral. Looks like a pretty quick trip to fight Isaac. So I'm not going to use the Emperor card here, even though in vanilla I probably would. Just because we might have like a Curse of Darkness on Shoal or something like that. And if we have a Curse of Darkness on Shoal, I would rather have the Emperor card available for that. Or a Curse of Darkness on the chest for that matter. And it looks like, you know, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't, right? Let's just enjoy this floor as is. And then see if we're screwed on Shoal. Because the rooms on Shoal are easier than the rooms in the cathedral, but not by a whole hell of a lot. Just in general, you know, sometimes cards they're worth more in your hand than they are after you play them. Red chest gives me bombs. Disappointed, because I've still got that Guppy's Paw thing going on in the back of my head. You know, we do have Sacrificial Dagger. If we could somehow pick up Guppy's Paw and get low on HP, that would be potentially a blessing in disguise, as long as we can trade it for something proportional. The Servant. Robo. We got Robo Baby for one room. What a shit card. And if that just gives you a familiar for one room, then who cares, really? It's the best familiar you can get for one room, like Little Gish. Probably. Demon Baby. People might disagree. That's perfect. Because we can use the Devil card, and then use the Emperor card later. Which is actually something I was going to bring up, is that I'm a little concerned that, you know, my damage for Blue Baby is not going to be, or my damage for Isaac, I should say, because that's where we are right now, is not that amazing. And it really isn't, and we're going to lose a lot of HP in the process here. It would help if I didn't dodge into, like, every shot that came my way. But we're only worried about survival now. I don't give a shit about, you know, Spirit Hearts unless they affect our survival directly by not having them. Which, I mean, they do, but I'm not saying Spirit Hearts aren't worthwhile. I'm saying that they're not as meaningful for, like, Deal with the Devils or anything like that. We don't have those anymore to worry about. We could get them. A Joker card would do it. But that's the only thing that would do it as far as I know. Maybe an extremely lucky Telepills. I don't know if Telepills can give you a deal with the devil, actually. This fight could have gone worse. That's going to be the, you know, the party line here. Certainly could have gone worse. Half-heart interval is meaningless, if you recall. This is Curse of Darkness, pretty much exactly what I was concerned about. So we'll leave and fight the boss immediately. Drop down the homing bomb now. That was a little too close for comfort. And the bomb got knocked out of there. So much for how useful I thought homing bombs were. Get this one knocked in there. Those guys are way too close to one another for that not to work. Alright, so these guys are going to be done in a second here. Satan should be relatively difficult compared to the other phases of the boss. Which is why I'm using bombs occasionally. Want to save some for use on Blue Baby, because we may actually end up needing them. What else do we need? And I put that in quotation marks in my head for Blue Baby, because it's not a necessity, but it would be extremely helpful and might make the difference between life and death. I think the thing that we need the most is a tarot card like the Sun, or a pill like Full Health. This third phase is going fine. Especially with the bomb fly working in my favor, except for that time when I got hit, but that's okay. And these, it's kind of the moment of truth here on the chest. Ghost Baby's not good enough. Magnet sucks. Skinny Odd Mushroom is okay, but with Brimstone, I'm probably going to say no. And 2 of Diamonds, we might as well just pop. So this is not amazing. I'm going to reroll all of them. So we get the Wafer. Halved damage, extremely important. Remote Detonator, worth picking up. Are Poison Bombs worth picking up? I'm going to say yeah. So that's actually a pretty good haul for us, I'd say. Half damage is Well, and we didn't get half damage, did we? We doubled our HP. That's the way I'm going to think about it. Because it's a little self-serving. But we'll get more rerolls, and, you know, if we have to, we could take Dead Bird if there's just not enough combat, but I would prefer not to. Now, you're about to do the thing where you break, I think. So I'm going to throw a bomb in here. That was really in the hopes of killing your horse before it got out of control, but it seems like that's not going to be possible. So there is going to be knockback here. Just be careful. That was very dangerous. That went very well. Poop. It's a bad item, but the card is strength, which is good enough to take into the boss fight if we can swing that. This is the Gertie that only spawns enemies, never shoots. Which it means it's the best Gertie for us because we never have to worry about dodging. As long as we can hit the body parts and hit the segments that are generated at any given moment, this is probably the easiest boss fight we can hope for with our current build out. Good stuff, and another chest. That gives us Yum Heart. Again, full health is actually meaningful now. Half hearts are not meaningful in this upside down world. Why are full hearts meaningful? The wafer dog. Were you paying attention? We got one of the best items in the game at the very last, like, possible moment here. So, we'll reroll these two back here. Fat Odd Mushroom raises our damage, raises our HP, but also kind of lowers our damage via Blood Oath, but I have to imagine that it's probably worth it. Are we really going to end up taking poop into the boss room? Is that going to be our go-to item? That's a good question. I was actually hoping this is how it would work out. I was hoping we'd kill Wrath last so we can maybe get one more bomb synergy. Or just more bombs, I guess. Either way is kind of okay. Wow! Those eyeballs hit me in like half a second flat. Hardly seems fair. We're not going to take poop into the boss fight. I would rather take in nothing. Which is, I mean, the D6 is pretty much nothing in our current context. Not to say that it hasn't been, you know, a meaningful part of the company up until today, but it's not the end of the world. All right, let's do this. Strength card. With the wafer, I'm pretty sure that we've guaranteed ourselves a win here. We'll be dropping in poison bombs whenever appropriate, which is going to be fucking always. Because that's actually a bit more of a reliable damage dealer than Brimstone in our current situation, I would say. And the DOT, I don't worry about not stacking that appropriately. You know, maybe there's some overlaps in it. Doesn't really matter that much to me, as long as I can just get the most explosive damage done in the shortest period of time possible. So this run turned out. There was that one time on the mom fight when we got down to one hit where I was a little concerned that we'd ever find ourselves in this moment. And to be honest with you, if we didn't get the wafer, we might have easily found ourselves dead, or at least in a much more dire situation. But instead, here we are, 5 alive. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.